Good morning students, welcome to my YouTube channel and I hope that you all are happy and well at your homes during the emergency crisis of coronavirus, and I also hope that you using your time for the beneficial and the useful things, and to gain this time for the upliftment or the improvement of your knowledge, of your skills, of your ability. Okay, so just focus on the useful things, on the productive things, on the creative things only. Okay, and let's move to our topic. Last time we had discussed the chapter physiographic divisions in class 9 syllabus, in which we had discussed about the physical features of India. Okay, so let's start of the chapter of the next fewer topics of this chapter. Basically, if we in the last video I've just said you that in the whole geography of India, in the class 9 geography and class 10 geography, we have to understand the geography of India. Like in the earlier chapter we had studied about the location and size of India, in which we have to study about we had studied about the location and size of India, in which latitude, longitude, etc, ist, Indian Standard Time, Greenwich Mean Time, okay, why there is a time difference. Okay, so there were so many things which I had discussed in this chapter. So let's start our chapter, that is the physical features of India. As I told you earlier that in this chapter we had to discuss the physical features of India, how the physical features of India had formed, how they have been formed, okay, how they structure and how they classify it as. Basically, if you want to understand the physical features of India, then we have to also understand there is a theory called theory of plate tectonics, okay, according to which the whole continent or the whole area of the world was made. Okay, so let's start our chapter physical features of India. As I told you earlier, some topics like convergent, divergent movement. Let's take a recap of the chapter in 5 minutes, in just 5 or 6 minutes. Okay, so basically in the last video we had discussed that the physical features of India, in which we had to understand the physical geography of India. We have to understand basically the physical features means the area which have mountain also, the area which have plateau also, desert, island. So there are many certain physical features of any country. So that's why we have to understand these concepts in this chapter. And as you all know, India is a landmass of varied landforms. Means the landforms in India are varied in terms of its area, in terms of its length, in terms of its geography, okay, in terms of its location. Basically India have varied landforms, different landforms. Like India have Himalaya also. Himalaya is an example of mountain. Okay, India have northern plains also. Northern plains mean the plain area. Okay, India have plateau also, mean the peninsular plateau. Okay, India have desert also. India have coastal plains. Coastal plains are the plains which are located on the banks of the oceans, or on the sides of the ocean or sea. Okay, and last we have to also understand in this chapter islands of India, basically Andaman, Nicobar and Lakshadweep Islands. Okay, so India have varied landforms and different types of landforms are present in India. Okay, so let's start and take a recap in just 5 or 6 minutes. That basically we all peoples are live in at different landforms. Okay, some peoples are living at the top area or the higher altitude, like we can take the example of Kashmir, or we can take the example of Uttarakhand, or we can take the example of Himachal. Okay, so these are the areas which have high elevated areas, means at the elevation, at the high elevation. Okay, high elevation means higher height, ज़्यादा height के ऊपर होते हैं. Okay, so and some areas are very low at the height or very low altitude, like UP is at low altitude. Okay, जैसे जैसे हम लोग आगे जाएंगे तो that is the places which are very low in altitude. Okay, so basically some places, all these landforms are formed by rocks. Which forms? By rocks. All the areas basically of Earth, or in particular India basically. So all these landforms are formed by rocks. And as you all know that basically we have also different types of soil. So these soils, the colors of these soils also vary from one place to another place because of the formation of the rocks. Okay, some rocks are late forms, some rocks are young forms, some rocks are later form. Okay, so basically these are the reason behind the or the breaking and drifting of the rocks due to the formation of the सोयल. जो सोयल बनी है वो भी क्यों बनी है, वो किस तरीके से बनी है, वो डिफरेंट काइंड्स ऑफ जो रॉक्स आपके थे उनके कारण आपका सोयल भी डिफरेंट डिफरेंट कलर के आपका होते हैं. डिफरेंट एरियाज के पास डिफरेंट तरह के आपके रॉक्स मिलते हैं, उन रॉक्स की वजह से डिफरेंट सोयल आपका फॉर्म होता है. ओके, उसके बाद देन वी हैव डिस्कस अबाउट दैट all these landforms are formed by certain theories. There were certain theories given by different earth scientists or the geologists due to which the whole area was formed, and these theories was given by different geologists. And one plausible theory, that is the theory of plate tectonics. The theory of plate tectonics, according to the theory plate tectonics, that the whole continent was made, that the whole earth was made by different plates, and these are those plates under which the whole earth is moving. जो अर्थ है आपका, अर्थ के नीचे आपका beneath the earth ये आपका मूव करते रहते हैं, और ये 7 प्लेट्स आपका थी उस समय. ठीक है, आज जो एक पूरा सुपर कंटिनेंट, बेसिकली वी हैव 7 कंटिनेंट्स इन प्रेजेंट टाइम, बट इन एंशिएंट टाइम वी हैव 7 tectonic plates, like basically 7 tectonic and major 7 major tectonic plate and some minor plates. Okay, basically if we take the example of Eurasian plate, okay, Eurasian plate, African plate, North American plate, South American plate, Australian plate and Pacific plate. So these are the plates under which the earth was moving. Okay, so basically India at that, and Indo-Australian plate. Okay, basically at that time India was merged with the Australian plate. Okay, and I will give you the reason of drifting of Indo-Australian plate and why India was break away from the Australian plate and go through the Eurasian plate and collide with it, due to the cause of which Himalaya was formed. Okay, basically, so let's start our next topic, that is we also understand in the last topic from the these plates move in different directions or different movements. These cause different movements. Okay, ये किस तरीके से मूवमेंट करती हैं प्लेट्स, डिफरेंट तरीके से मूवमेंट्स करती हैं, जैसे हमने लास्ट टाइम डिस्कस किया था, दैट इज कन्वर्जेंट और divergent or transform fault boundary. Okay, in convergent movement we had discussed that when two tectonic plates are coming to each other, are coming in the way of to each other, are coming towards each other, so that is known as convergent movement. When plates are moving away from each other, so that is known as what? Divergent movement. And when plates move horizontally upon each other, either they will collide or either they will collide, टकराएंगे आपस में से करके, and they also move up from another plate. Okay, so that was 3 types of movement caused the tectonic plates: convergent, divergent and transform. Okay, so basically due to which there are certain landforms were formed due to this movement, due to this certain things. Okay, so our India was formed, or whole parts of the earth was formed due to these movements. And basically in present time we have 7 continents, and if we talk about in ancient time we have a super continent, ancient supercontinent, which was named as Pangaea. Basically we talk about Pangaea, then we can say that Pangaea is the ancient supercontinent. The northern part of Pangaea was called as Angara land, and the southern part of the Pangaea called as what? The Gondwana land. Okay, India was the part of the Gondwana land, means the southern part of the Pangaea supercontinent. Okay, means कि आज जैसे हम लोग देखते हैं कि डिफरेंट कंटिनेंट्स हमारे यहाँ हैं, 7 कंटिनेंट्स हैं, उसी तरीके से एंशिएंट टाइम में एक सुपर कंटिनेंट था, मतलब कंटिनेंट से भी बड़ा कंटिनेंट, उस कंटिनेंट का नाम था पेनेगिया. ओके, द नॉर्दर्न पार्ट ऑफ दैट पेनेगिया, जो नॉर्दर्न पार्ट था उस पेनेगिया का पूर्वी उत्तरी भाग, उसको क्या बोलते थे? उसको बोलते थे अंगारा लैंड, और साउदर्न पार्ट को बोलते थे, द साउदर्न पार्ट वाज कॉल्ड इट एज द साउदर्न पार्ट ऑफ द पेनेगिया was named as Gondwana land. Okay, and in Gondwana land basically there were certain small continents over there, like the part of South Africa, the part of South America, the part of Antarctica, the part of Indo-Australian plate, also the part of Gondwana land, and or Eurasia. In southern part, in northern part, basically northern part में क्या क्या आता था? Laurasia आता था. Laurasia के अलावा आपका नॉर्दर्न अफ्रीका आता था, नॉर्थ अमेरिका आता था, ठीक है. तो ये सब पार्ट नॉर्थ में आते थे और साउथ में आते थे ये सब पार्ट. तो इंडिया वाज द पार्ट ऑफ द what? India was the part of the Gondwana land, and the mainly at that time India was properly not formed. Basically the southern part of India, that is the peninsular plateau उस समय था. इंडिया पूरा नहीं था, जो पूरा इंडिया था वो बाद में बना. सबसे ओल्डेस्ट लैंडमास इंडिया का है पेनिनसुलर प्लेट्यू. ओके, पेनिनसुलर प्लेट्यू के बारे में हम लोग आगे डिस्कस करेंगे, which will discuss in further topics. Okay, so let's start our first topic, that is first physiographic division of India, that is the Himalaya. Okay, basically if we talk about Himalaya, then we can say that Himalaya is the young-fold mountain, or the newest one. Means the oldest part of India was peninsular India. The newest part of India are basically Himalaya, and the Great Northern Plains are the newest part of India. Okay, there are three most important parts of India, that is Himalaya, Northern Plains, and Peninsular Plateau. Okay, so Himalaya and Northern Plains are the young structures, or the young landforms. But Peninsular India was part of the ancient supercontinent. Means Peninsular part जो है बहुत पुराना part है आपका, बहुत मिलियन साल पुराना part है आपका. Okay, so let's discuss our first physical feature of India, that is known as what? That is known as Himalaya. The Himalaya. Let's discuss Himalaya. Himalaya is also called the young-fold mountains. Okay, means it is formed some million years ago. Okay, basically if we talk about Peninsular Plateau, it was formed billion years ago, but the Himalayas are formed millions years ago. Okay, so it is also called the young-fold mountains. Okay, basically if we talk about Himalaya, then we can say that Himalaya is the mighty mountain. Okay, and Himalaya is divided on the basis of longitudinal extent. Basically Himalaya is spread across the northern boundary of India. Okay, and it form an arc, and it has the total length of 2400 km, and has a width of 450 to 150 km. 450 km in Kashmir and 150 km of width in Arunachal Pradesh. Okay, so basically Himalaya mountains are the longest mountains and have 2400 km of length, and form an arc, and has a width of 450 km in Kashmir and 150 km in Arunachal Pradesh. Okay, so let's move to the next. Let's move to the deeper topics of Himalaya concept. So basically if we talk about Himalaya, the Himalaya is divided into three main parts based on longitudinal extent. मतलब longitude के हिसाब से हिमालय कितने parts में divided है? Himalaya is divided into three parts. The first part of Himalaya is known as the Great or Inner Himalaya. Okay, the Great or Inner Himalaya. The Great or Inner Himalaya is the part of the Himalaya which is above 6,000 meter above the sea level. Means it is the part of the Himalaya which is 6,000 meter above the sea level. Okay, all the major mountain peaks, and all the major glaciers are found in this part of Himalaya. Like if we take about the Gangotri, Yamunotri glacier are also found in this part of the Himalaya. It has 6,000 meter of elevation. Okay, and basically it was formed from the granite. Okay, it is formed by the granite rocks. Okay, and it has an elevation of 6,000 meter of level. Okay, all the major ice caps, all the major glacier region are found in this part. Okay, the second part of Himalaya, or the southern longitudinal part of Himalaya, is the northern part of the Himalaya. The southern part of the Himalaya is known as the lesser or Himachal Himalaya. Okay, the lesser or Himachal Himalaya. This Himalaya is the part of Himalaya which is 30, which have an height of 3700 meter to 4500 meter. ओके, 3700 मीटर टू 4500 मीटर इसकी क्या होती है, हाइट है आपका. इन दीज टाइप्स ऑफ बेसिकली ऑल द मेजर रेंजेस आर located in this part of Himalaya. In this part of Himalaya, all the major mountain ranges are located or situated in this part of Himalaya, like Dhauladhar range, Mahabharat range, Pir Panjal ranges. All the ranges, major ranges, are located in this part of Himalaya. And one more thing is that with all the major hill stations like Kangra, Kullu, Shimla, okay, basically all these things are Kashmir. All these things of hill stations are situated or located in this part of Himalaya. Okay, the next part of the Himalaya is known as the outer Himalaya or the Shivalik Himalaya. Okay, this part have an elevation of 900 meter to 1100 meter, and this part of Himalaya is made of the unconsolidated sediments of rocks. Okay beta, and this part of Himalaya is of height of, as I told earlier, the 900 meter to 1100 meter, and this part have certain deep valleys like the Doon Valley, which is also known as Dehradun. Dehradun is a valley situated in this type of Himalaya or the part of Himalaya. Okay, Doon and Patkai Doon, Pitli Doon. Okay, so these are all the valleys which are located in this part of Himalaya. So basically there are three parts of Himalaya: the Great or Inner Himalaya, the Himachal or Lesser Himalaya, or the Outer Himalaya or the Shivalik Himalaya. Okay, so let's move to the next topic of Himalaya, that is also known as Himalaya is also distributed on based of west to eastern part. Okay, west से ईस्ट तक भी हिमालय को डिवाइड किया जाता है. ये तो जो हमने बात बताई अभी आपको, हिमालय का डिवीजन बताया ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ लॉन्गिट्यूडनल एक्सटेंट, मतलब लॉन्गिट्यूड के हिसाब से हिमालय नॉर्थ, साउथ और आपका आउटर पार्ट में हमें बताया, जैसे हिमाद्री, हिमाचल एंड शिवालिक. ओके, दूसरी चीज क्या आती है कि हिमालय इज ऑल्सो डिवाइडेड ऑन फ्रॉम वेस्टर्न टू ईस्टर्न लेवल. वेस्टर्न से ईस्टर्न के बीच कैसे हिमालय बटा हुआ है. सो इट वॉज बेस्ड ऑन द रीजनल बेसिस पे बटा है. रीजनल बेसिस पे मीन ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ रिवर सिस्टम. ओके, सो द एरिया और द रीजन बिटवीन द इंदस एंड सतलज रिवर इज नोन एज पंजाब हिमालय. ओके, पंजाब हिमालय, okay, Himachal Himalaya and Kashmir Himalaya. Okay, basically the region between the Indus River and the Satluj River is known as what? Punjab Himalaya, Kashmir Himalaya or Himachal Himalaya. Okay, the region in between the Satluj and Kali rivers is known as Kumaon Himalaya. The region between in the Satluj Kali, the region between Kali to Tista river is known as Nepal Himalaya, and the region between Tista and Dihang rivers, this is known as Assam Himalaya. Okay, so on the basis of west to east, Himalaya is based on the basis of regions or on the basis of river system. The first part was divided between Indus and Satluj. That region is named as what? That region is named as Punjab, Himachal or Kashmir Himalaya. The region in between the Satluj and Kali rivers is called as Kumaon Himalaya. The region between the Kali and Tista river is known as Nepal Himalaya, and the region between the Tista and Dihang river is known as Assam Himalaya. Okay, after the Assam Himalaya, basically if we talk about Brahmaputra marks the easternmost boundary of Himalaya. मीन सबसे ईस्टर्न पॉइंट जो आपका हिमालय का है वो ब्रह्मपुत्र रिवर है. ओके, और ब्रह्मपुत्र रिवर से होते हुए क्या होता है, हिमालय शार्पली बेंड करता है. हिमालय शार्प बेंडली टुवर्ड्स द साउथ एंड स्प्रेड अलोंग द नॉर्थ ईस्टर्न पार्ट ऑफ इंडिया. मतलब हिमालय क्या करता है, ब्रह्मपुत्र रिवर से बेंड करना शुरू करता है और दिहांग जॉर्ज से होते हुए क्या करता है, आपका बेसिकली इंडिया की तरफ बैंड हो जाता है और साउथ नॉर्थ ईस्टर्न पार्ट में, और इस पार्ट में क्या है, हिमालय जब बैंड करता है साउथ की तरफ, और ये क्या है, इसी की वजह से हमारा नॉर्थ ईस्टर्न पार्ट बनता है या नॉर्थ ईस्टर्न पार्ट ऑफ हिमालय बनता है, विच इज ऑल्सो नोन एज पूर्वांचल और द नॉर्थ ईस्टर्न पार्ट। नॉर्थ ईस्टर्न जो हिमालय है, पूर्वांचल जो हिमालय है, ठीक है, ये बनता है जब हिमालय बैंड करता है नॉर्थ ईस्टर्न एरिया की तरफ। ओके बेट, और यहीं से आपका इसी पार्ट में आपका मिलता है जो मीजो हिल, पटकाई हिल, और मीजो, पटकाई, और ये जितने भी हिल्स हैं आपका, मीजो हिल्स एंड द पटकाई हिल्स। ओके, सो ये भी हिल्स आपका कहें नॉर्थ ईस्टर्न पार्ट में। ओके, सो आई होप दैट यू अंडरस्टैंड द टॉपिक ऑफ हिमालय। ओके, सो हिमालय basically this chapter, all the chapters of geography, basically the 2 chapters of geography is little much more difficult than the other one, so you have to understand 2 or 3 times so that you can read and understand each and every concept, so that you can have a grasp understanding of that. Okay, if you want to understand deeply, then you have to read the chapter, minimum 2 or 3 times, so that you can understand all the major concepts of this chapter. Okay, so I hope that you understand the concept of what that is known as Himalaya. So let's move our next topic, that is also known as what, the northern plains of India. Basically we have discussed Himalaya part. The next part is the northern plains. Northern plains means the plain area. Okay, basically the northern plains of India have a total length of 2400 kilometer and width of 240 to 320 kilometer. Okay, and it is spread along the 7 lakh square kilometer area. Okay, it covers about 7 lakh square kilometer of area and have a length of 2400 kilometer and a width of 240 to 320 kilometer. Okay, so basically this is the part which is formed by interplay of the 3 major rivers named the Indus, Brahmaputra and Ganga, or Indus, Ganga and Brahmaputra. Okay, so basically this part is made by the 3 main river system, that is known as Indus, Ganga and Brahmaputra. Okay, so let's discuss about the northern plains of India. Okay, this plain is very good for our agriculture productivity. Most of the agriculture production of India is going through this land. Okay, basically why we call it as an important plain, because northern plains have rich in alluvial soil. Northern plain have rich in alluvial soil, and alluvial soil is, as you all know, that alluvial soil is the best soil and which is best suited for agriculture. So that's why this region is very useful for us, or most of the production or agriculture is done in this northern plain of land. And this northern land is covered from Punjab, Haryana, Delhi, UP, Bihar, Jharkhand to West Bengal and Assam. Okay, so basically these part of land totally of the northern plains of India. And basically if we talk about this part of northern plains is divided into 4 main parts. Okay, basically this region is divided into 3 main parts. The first part is known as the Punjab plain. Punjab plain means the plain which is drained by 5 rivers, or the land of rivers, or the 5 rivers. Punjab is also known as land of 5 rivers. Okay, Panch matlab 5 and Ab matlab area. The land between 5 rivers is known as Punjab. Punjab is a region which is drained by 5 or 6 rivers, basically Indus, Jhelum, Chenab, Ravi, Vyas, Satluj. These 6 rivers drain the Punjab area, and most of this part is under the Pakistan region. Okay, so basically that is known as Punjab plain. Punjab plain is the plain which is drained by 5 or 6 rivers, which is known as by 6 rivers, that is Indus, Satluj, Chenab, Ravi, Vyas and Satluj. These 6 rivers drain the area, and that is known as Punjab plain. The next region of this part is known as the Ganga plain. Ganga plain is that area which is from the Haryana to the Assam. Okay, basically it stretch it stretches from northern India, from Haryana, Delhi, UP, Bihar, after that Jharkhand, after that what? After that Assam. So basically that's the plain of the Ganga plain. Okay, that area is very much rich in nutrients of the alluvial soil and is very good for agricultural production. Okay, and the last region of the northern plains is also the last division of northern plains is of four major parts. Basically, northern plain is also have different variation, like the foot of the Shivalik. द फुट ऑफ द शिवालिक में जो शिवालिक आपका शिवालिक रेंज है, शिवालिक रेंज के नीचे क्या होता है, जो रिवर्स होती हैं, वो रिवर्स क्या करती हैं, ऊपर से बहुत सारे पत्थर लेके आते हैं, इन पत्थरों को फैला देती हैं शिवालिक पहाड़ के फुट हिल्स, मतलब उसके तलहटी में, एंड फुट हिल्स ऑफ द शिवालिक, दैट इज नोन एज पीबल्स. और इस एरिया को बोला जाता है व्हाट? भाबर. भाबर एरिया इज द एरिया इन विच पीबल्स आर डिस्पर्स्ड, pebbles are deposited by rivers which are coming from the upper level to the lower level. Okay, after that some area, जब आगे क्या होता है, यहाँ पे स्ट्रीम्स बंद हो जाती है, मतलब यहाँ पे पानी बंद हो जाता है, मतलब यहाँ पे पानी कम आता है. उसके बाद आगे चल के क्या होता है, कुछ लैंड आता है दैट इज नोन एज मार्श लैंड, और इस एरिया को बोला जाता है तराई. तराई रीजन मीन्स जहाँ पे पानी दोबारा से इमर्ज हो जाता है, जहाँ पे पानी आता है, इस एरिया में क्या होता है, पानी होता है, और यहाँ पे डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ डेंस फॉरेस्ट होते हैं, और डिफरेंट आपका वैरायटी होती है वाइल्ड लाइफ की. दैट इज नोन एज व्हाट? दैट इज नोन एज तराई रीजन. आफ्टर दैट एक एरिया आता है, आफ्टर दैट देयर कम्स एन एरिया दैट इज नोन एज द भांगर और खादर एरिया. ओके, भांगर इज द ओल्डेस्ट एलुवियम एंड इज लेस्ट फर्टाइल. ओके, द अनदर वन इज खादर एरिया. खादर एरिया इज द new part and the new alluvium. Basically this is the part which is this area is augmented, or this area is so beneficial because this area drained by the rivers, and all the important rich material or the depositional, the rivers which carry sand, silt and clay, the rivers contain the sand, silt, clay and deposited it through the Khadar area. So that is also good for agriculture and rich production or rich agriculture production. Okay, so I hope that you understand the concept of Himalaya, and you also understand the concept of what? You also understand the concept of the northern plain. Tomorrow in the next video we will discuss about the next topics of this chapter, that is the peninsular plateau, the peninsular plateau, coastal plain, islands and desert. Okay, so basically the two major parts of this chapter is completed, and the one major part, that is peninsular plateau, is left behind, and so small parts of Indian desert, island, which will be covered tomorrow. I hope that you understand all the concept, and let's hope for a better future, let's hope for a better world, and I hope that you all are seeing the video, and if you have any doubt regarding any topic, any query, then you can call, you can comment in the comment section, and you can also call me on my number. Okay, so bye.